My name's Corrine Hua and I'm from Britain, and I've lived in Shanghai now for 18 years. There's been a very big change in youth in China over the period that I've lived here, especially in terms of community service and in volunteerism. We've seen a massive sea change in the last 10 years, and especially since the Sichuan earthquake in 2008, and a very quick realization among youth that they want to do something more than just make money. Their parents' generation often were the ones who were struggling just to feed their families and to make a living and to achieve a certain amount of economic security. But the younger generation now have had many advantages, and they're very different from the parents' generation. So there's a lot of searching now, I think, among Chinese youth for something else. And volunteerism is one of the things that is really mobilizing young Chinese people in a way that's probably never happened before in this society. So that's very exciting, and it's another reason why I started a volunteering organisation. There's a lot of energy. Obviously the youth in China, they have resources, they have energy, they have a lot of high spirits to bring to the programs and good ideas. I'm often with young Chinese people, both the Shanghai people and some of the migrant communities, and there's a lot of good energy out there and that's quite exciting to be involved in harnessing that energy. Well, youth, as I said earlier, have a tremendous energy, and they have a lot. They tend to be very innovative. They're also very good at using all the latest technology, which I believe will be one of the keys to solving some of China's bigger social problems. They're very good with social media. They're very big on communicating with huge range of different people outside of their own networks. And then there's a lot of passion out there. One of the things that gives me the greatest joy in the work that I do is meeting regularly with amazing young people in the Chinese community who are setting up and running small NGOs, or even increasingly big NGOs that they've started from grassroots and are building up. And they're nearly all, I would say, 80 to 90% of the NGOs that I work with, I'm talking about the real sort of grassroots ones, are set up, established by young people. And those young people are learning very rapidly and growing their organisations in a very interesting and very dynamic way. And I think that in the NGO sector, in the development of civil society, those people who are now setting up and running and growing their own organisations will be immensely influential. I like to see myself in this role, leading a local NGO, as a potential role model for young people. I like to take young Chinese people into the organisation, and I like to mentor them and to nurture their skills and to train them. Ultimately, if Stepping Stones is to be sustainable in China, it has to localise. So one important short-term goal, medium-term goal I should say, would be to nurture up a local leader to take this on, to take over the organisation. And I'd like very much to be involved in that process of recruiting and nurturing and training and mentoring youth to lead this organisation. Follow your heart. When you're thinking about volunteering or about community service, whether it's just because you're looking for something interesting to do, or because you want to help somebody, or if it's because you want to build up your resume, or you have to do it as part of your coursework, don't just go with the flow. Don't go along with a project just because your friends are doing it, or because your university has organised it, or your company has asked you to do it. Think about what your own goals are, what you would like to achieve personally through your community service activity. Think about where your strengths are and what you personally have to offer to the community. Think about your interests and where those might be aligned with your goals and with your strengths, and how you can best use yourself as a vehicle for effecting change.